Now, a question we get a lot in our Discord and sometimes on YouTube comments is, what do I pack when I go on vacation? What handhelds do I pack? How do I pack for a truly nerdy vacation? Well, you are in luck because I am taking one of the nerdiest vacations of all time, almost certainly the nerdiest vacation of my entire life. I'm going with the gang in a week and a half to CES in Las Vegas, beautiful Las Vegas in Nevada, which is close to our friend Jay Lash, and of course, our friend RPG Bill, who will be our unpaid Uber driver during the week. Thanks, Bill. So this frequently asked question has hit home with me, because honestly, I don't know what I'm going to take. So I figured I'll make a list, and I'll break it down. First off, what kind of bag am I taking? Secondly, should I take power packs? When I'm not mobile, what kind of wall warts do I need? That's something you might not think about. You just, I'll grab one and I'll throw it in a bag. There's a little bit more to it. I'm going to go over a very small handheld, not a micro handheld, not like a nano, but a small handheld, a medium handheld, and a powerful handheld. Now, I'm not going to take all three, but I do kind of want to go over the merits of each one. And then at the end, we'll go over some various odds and ends that you might want to take with you. So stay tuned as I find a backpack and fill it full of crap in anticipation of my trip to Las Vegas. Remember to stay tuned for the week of January 8th through the 12th. We put that across the screen. January 8th through the 12th, where the whole RH video crew and some of the writers will be in beautiful Las Vegas with our friends Russell Decor and Rob, the Retro Tech Daddy, never sent me a sticker. And Joey from Joey's Retro Handhelds also never sent me a sticker. Guess you're missing out now. Russ sent me a whole bunch of stickers and magnets, so better up your game, Rob and Joe, you turds. But I digress. Let's get right to it. Now, honestly, when I first considered bringing a bag, I thought I'd bring the bag, right? The beautiful Retro Handheld customized bag. I was the first one to win one. Don't listen to Bill. He'll gaslight you. This is the bag. You win it with points on our Discord. But while this could carry pretty much every handheld I own, it's a little too big. I thought, what's an intermediate carry-on item? I don't want to be smashing this against people on the plane. So I said, what do I normally use on a plane? My backpack. So I decided on my old standby, my beat to crap JanSport backpack. These were ubiquitous in the 90s and the 2000s. Relatively cheap, pretty durable, good all-around backpack. So I'm going to cram this sucker with a couple handhelds, some power stuff, some cords, some odds and ends, and let's just go nuts. First off, we're going to talk about power bricks. Now, you could bring one of these crazy 100-watt Basis super power packs, and I will because I'm bringing a pretty thirsty handheld, but I would also recommend, also from Basis, the 20-watt model, which relatively cheap from them. Put a link in the description. It has USB-C, USB-A, and that old micro USB, so you can get any sort of plug in there that you want and provide yourself a moderate amount of power. This guy is pretty thin. He will fit in your backpack easily. This guy's a little chunky. Quite honestly, if you don't have a need for something this bulky, I wouldn't bring it. I would stick with the small guy, but I do have a need, so I'm going to tuck this guy in my bag. It's pretty self-evident why you want to bring power packs. You can recharge your stuff on the go. Not just your handhelds, your phone. If you're going to be taking pictures of stuff, your camera. If your camera is your phone, you charge both of them at once. Just, you need power on the go. Now, wall warts, you might be tempted to bring some of these multi-port models. Now, in a lot of ways, these are great. You can get them relatively cheap on Amazon. You can charge multiple devices. This one's 3, this one's 2. However, in my experience, these things really kind of peter out. This one will give you 2.4 on each port. The heck, this one just says output 3.1 amps. I don't know how that splits. In personal experience, this model in particular will take a long time to charge things if you have all 3 ports plugged. Now, if you're going to charge your phone and your handheld overnight and maybe charge something else, maybe charge one of your power packs, that's fine. If it'll sit there for 8 hours, it'll slowly charge. But these are not going to be your fast chargers. I would recommend bringing a fast charger, or like this guy. This is the dedicated charger I'm planning on bringing. I honestly forget which one this is for, but it powers my Steam Deck and it powers my 1X player too. This is a pretty heavy duty boy, and so I'm going to bring this as a dedicated guy. So I guess it really just depends on your circumstances. If you're thinking about charging one thing and you want it done right now, bring a dedicated fast charger. If you have a lot of stuff to charge and you're doing it overnight, bring these guys, and then your power banks will get you where you need to go in the meantime. So, a small handheld. And what I mean by small handheld is not a tiny micro handheld, but rather a one-hander like the 35XX or the XX Plus or the Miyu Mini or the Miyu Mini Plus. Now, Either one of these would be a great option. I'm actually just going to bring my original 35XX, not the Plus, because I already have it configured how I want with Garlic, and I already have my games on there, and I don't have to fiddle around with retro achievements. However, if you're in the situation where this is going to be more of your primary handheld, I would probably say take the Miyu Mini Plus. Maybe if you got a custom firmware option you like, take the 35XX Plus. But if this is going to be more of a primary unit and you want retro achievements, you want Wi-Fi, I'd probably go with the Miyu Mini Plus. But for me, I'm taking my original 35XX. For medium handhelds, I'm personally not going to take a medium handheld. But if I did, I would probably go with the Retroid Pocket 2S. Primarily for two main reasons. One, it's only $99. So God forbid it gets stolen or lost or broken. I'm not bankrupted. I will be sad. I will probably be very sad and angry, depending on the situation, but I won't be bankrupted. And B, this thing can play a lot of stuff. The only thing that really touches it for me out of my collection is the Retroid Pocket Flip. Retroid is dominating the medium category for me. Now, I would probably take the Flip for two main reasons. One, ergonomics. It's very small. It's a little bit smaller than the RP2S, but you get more out of it because A, it folds, so you have a screen and more space for your hands, and B, this has the T618 processor, which is relatively powerful, and if I wanted to have just a medium handheld to rule them all on vacation, I'd be hard-pressed to decide between the RP2S or the Retroid Pocket Flip. I'd probably go with the Flip, though, just because I like the SNES colors. Now, for the powerhouse category, I would imagine if you have one, you're probably going to take your Steam Deck. And it's obvious to see why you take your Steam Deck. This thing's price-to-performance ratio is unparalleled, especially if you consider the newer ones with more battery life, better RAM, better screen, all that jazz. And you can play pretty much anything you want in this one handheld. So if I didn't have the handheld I'm about to mention, this would be my power one that I would take with me. However, I do have the One X Player 2 Pro. And the reason I'm taking this with me, despite the fact that it has worse battery life, is because I'm also bringing a dock, and this is going to be my editing rig and my laptop / PC for the weekend. Now, I've actually done a considerable amount of my video edits on this with an external monitor, but in a pinch, I've edited just using this screen. For me, since this has Windows on it, it's a better price to performance for a trip than the Steam Deck because I don't have to take a laptop with me. All I'm going to bring with this is my little case that's also a keyboard and a mouse, just because I don't want to be touching the screen and smudging it up. But those two accessories and my One X Player 2 Pro, I got myself editing rig, a laptop for answering emails, and I can play all sorts of games on it. So for me personally, I'm going to bring a 35XX original, and I think I'm going to bring the One X Player 2 with a dock and use this as my main work / editing / some games rig. So anything you see from me that's actually produced during the trip, I probably did it on here. What else we want to take? By the way, this is the dock I'm going to use. It's originally for a Steam Deck, but this piece here helps cool, and it has extra ports, and it has power connection. So this honestly turns this into a desktop. And up last, I'm going to just have some odds and ends that I'm going to consider bringing. One, Chicken Handheld, because he's so cool, and I can just attach him to the inside of the backpack so I don't lose him. I'd probably show all the babes in Las Vegas this cool chicken guy with his sunglasses and his chain, and they'll say, ooh. A little memo book with a pencil, because if I'm going to do Game of the Month while I'm out, I can do my little doodles and tell Rapid that I finished Ridge Racer 4. And just assorted cords. If I'm going to bring power banks and I'm going to bring wall warts, I want to bring cords. This guy's actually pretty neat. It's a USB-A with 2 micro USBs. I actually used it to charge me and my wife's Kindle Paperwhites, but I guess I'll use it to charge my Paperwhite and anything else with the micro USB. And of course, just a generic USB-C cord, another USB-C cord. You can never bring too many. Just mound them up into a ball and wrap twine around them. And then once you get there, you can sort it out. Oh, I also want people to realize who I am. So I have my cool Retro Handhelds hat. I got my Retro Handhelds hoodie. And the hoodie actually will tell everyone who I am. I am Zoo Reviews of Retro Handheld. I just realized these aren't exactly the same color. Who cares? So if you want some cool swag, play Game of the Month or buy it from our store. But if you see anyone in the background of a CES video decked head to toe in olive drab RH gear, it's a pretty good bet it's me. So I'm going to cram all this crap in my bag, and I will be ready to go on my trip. Ta-da! I'm all packed. I don't know what to do. Oh well. I hope that helped. If this was something you are interested in. If not, let me know. If it did, let me know. Regardless, let me know. And stay tuned. We're going to try to do more of these guides or general help kind of videos, especially when Ambernick gives us a week and a half in between handheld launches, and we just don't know what to do with our time. So just stay tuned. If you liked the video, subscribe, like, do all that crazy stuff. Ring bells, click. Is the link over there? Is it there? I'll see you guys from beautiful Las Vegas in a couple weeks. Until then, I'm just gonna wait. Ooh, I can just play a game. Son of a